Good afternoon, folks. This is Bob from BBD. Today's papers are full, the media, the TV is all full about this de-escalation, disengagement, the success of the conversations that have happened between our NSA and their Mr. Wang Yi, and all of a sudden everything's, at least is trying to be, the impression being sent to us is that everything is in order and India has won the battle, just like Doklam. Doklam was anything from the truth. They gave us whatever they did, but they're back there in full force. It's just that we don't report it. Everybody knows it. So there was hardly a victory. Same thing here. They're talking about 1.8 kilometer withdrawal as if that's a victory. Well, if it was our land, that's hardly victory. The key is it status quo ending? Most evidence suggests that we are far from it, and that's a hard track. And we still have to keep what happened in 1962 in mind. The same thing happened in June. There was some disengagement, some article in the papers again saying that Indian Javans have done a great thing. I just read it. It's amazing, 1962 paper. And we are doing, our Prime Minister is doing the same thing. And it's June 1962. Geographical area is the same, Galwan Valley. And September is only 2 months away. I don't think we can take the Chinese for it. But here I'd like to, there's an article by Chetan Bhagat in the editorial in the Times of India that really got my goat, I must say. He writes, get peace in return. Face is very important in China. Allow the Chinese to save face. What about my face? Are we proud people? Obviously we are not. We are again, doormats. Anybody can stamp on us. The Mughals came stamp on us. The British came stamp on us. Now the Chinese come stamp on us. Welcome, says Chetan Bhagat. Incredible. Don't we have a face? Why for once can't we ask why the Chinese can't save our face? They can do it in any number of ways, whether it's the NSG, whether it's the support in the UNSC, whether it is stopping support of Pakistan. They have done none of it. Everything that they do is adverse and impacts on national security negative. And here, Mr. Chetan Bhagat talks about saving their face. This is exactly the attitude all these years, folks, that has, in my opinion, destroyed our self-esteem as far as China is concerned. We keep projecting them to be this great cultural power, this great power, and now I know why. You have authors like Mr. Chetan Bhagat who are amplified in the middle of Times of India, who is selling us this garbage. And what he ends with is even funnier. A non-military approach which syncs better with Chinese culture will work far better in resolving our disputes with China. Let's be less angry and more strategic here. Has he seen some of these commentators of China and how aggressive they are, Mr. Bhagat? Right? You're asking us, like this is Gandhi, obviously. One cheek smack, turn the other cheek, get smacked, turn around, get smacked again. Wow, how many times are we going to do this? And let me just point this out here. There is no cultural affinity to China at all. The Communist Party of China, let me say this for the umpteenth time, has no culture, has no religion. Just like we messed up with Nepal because of the cultural and religious affinity, just like we messed up with Sri Lanka because of some affinity or the other, we just have to see a lot more clearly as far as China is concerned. This hogwash is hardly worth it. Here, at least let's hope what we all think is happening and what this government has done and what this Prime Minister has done is real and is not just for domestic politics. As this editorial writes, that the government and the Prime Minister had one option was to underplay the incursions, keep the issue in cold freeze and slowly normalize the India-China relationship. That means the same playbook of the last 30-40 years, keep kowtowing to China, keep getting peace on the border, but they keep slicing and salami slicing, as they say, and taking over Indian territory. Or he says now, the other option was to recognize the threat, decide to take on the adversary, irrespective of potential costs, and reframe the entire framework of the relationship to impose costs on China. Well, we all think and we feel and we hope that the PM, the action suggests that the PM has taken the second choice. It's about time, because India deserves, the people of India deserve to come out from under the scare and shadow of this dragon. We have to, just like we're coming out of the COVID fear, getting out there and going about with this business, the same thing has to happen. Please, for God's sake, let's not get our self-esteem and our self-being be trampled upon by this Chinese dragon. Jai Hind.